Hello, everybody. I am yet again Price McKinney, simply put. And as always, I want to thank you for tuning in and listening. Thank you for your support, for your encouragement, for your questions, for your comments. Let me first say on the front end, I just had to break away and go ahead and shoot me another video. Kind of got a fetish for doing it in the car. It limits your distractions and I can focus more. But anyway, past couple of weeks, it's been challenging, for two reasons. One being, it was 2 years ago, this past couple of weeks that my sister passed from COVID, and then a year ago last year, I was in the hospital, with COVID, basically fighting every day for my life, and it finally kind of hit me, from both ends. And, I've been wrestling with, why is my sister gone? Why am I still here? Don't get it twisted by no means. God is who he is, and everything he does is for a reason. But it was just, my humanity kicked in. It was a question I had, and I had to deal with it, and the truth of the matter is, it was her time. It wasn't mine. And I've got work to do. It just is what it is. But that, I miss her every single day. I'm grateful to God that I'm still here. And I'm constantly reminded of, just little things that I'm able to do now that I couldn't do before, and I have this tendency now to just kind of hit the ground running and just go, because I made a promise to myself, after coming back from COVID. I'm not gonna let any grass grow, meaning, I'm not gonna let grass sit so long, grass grows under my feet, so to speak. I sat on a lot of things prior to, things that I should have done or should have had done, that I didn't, and I've got a second chance at life. So I just wanted to, encourage somebody with that, whatever you got to do, get it done, because tomorrow's not promised. I used to hear that all the time growing up. It's not promised, and it's not. So maximize your moment. Take advantage of the moment you have, what time you have right in front of you right now, and deal with it. So anyway, so we're going to go back into the, to the cheating, and I'm not laughing because it's funny, because it ain't. It's a challenging situation, difficult topic to talk about, and it's emotional. It's extremely emotional, and that's why I said in the very first one, try not to listen to it emotionally and hear what I'm actually saying, because I've gotten comment, and I trust me, I get it, and I greatly appreciate all of you. But I actually had to go back and listen to some of the stuff I said to make sure I said it the right way, because of some of the responses I've gotten. So just try to listen to it non-emotionally, and actually hear what it is that I'm saying. So today we're going to go into and talk about, and this is the most difficult one for me, and for most, is what I call the insatiable one. The word insatiable simply means never satisfied. So, and I'm going to cover both ends, both men and women, in simplicity. Women, if you're with a guy and he just can't get enough, not just from you. He's got to go here, he's got to go there, he's just wandering, not necessarily even aimlessly. He just got to have it. Typically that happens in younger males. It's not limited to race or gender. It's not limited to race. Ethnicity is not. It happens. But if he's getting older and he's still doing that same thing, and you can't pin him down, so to speak, you can't keep him at home, can't keep him around. He doesn't want to go anywhere, doesn't want to do anything with you. You got a decision to make, dear. It just is what it is. Because for that type of person, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how great of a person you are. People keep telling you, well, why don't you just leave him? Why don't you just let him go? You see the good in him. You see the other side that most people can't, and I get it, because you deal with him every day. I understand that. But what you have to understand is, how much longer are you going to keep dragging this out? How much longer are you going to keep dealing with it? Because, and I'm going to just say it the way it is, you can do better. I know you feel like you can't. I know you're challenged by, well, what if he leaves? What if I don't want to be by myself? You know, I'm going to be damaged goods. Player, you're already damaged if you're dealing with all of that. So let's not get that twisted. You're already damaged. So how much longer are you going to keep letting that happen? So here's the other thing. I'm trying to make sure I say this the right way. Here's the other thing. And most of those cases, not all, but most, you're not the problem. It's just simply his appetite. It doesn't mean that you're not good enough. It doesn't mean that you're not beautiful enough. It doesn't mean that you don't do enough. It just means he cannot be satisfied. And for that kind of a guy, you're just not the right woman. It's not that you're a bad woman. You're just not the right one for him. So you got to make a decision that's going to be healthy for you. And I'm not saying, and it doesn't mean that he's a bad guy. He's just not at the point where he can give you what it is that you need. So you just got to change the angle that you look at it from. There's nothing wrong with you. On the contrary, it's actually what's right with you, if that makes sense. Because you're doing nobody's perfect. Let's get that out of the way. Nobody's perfect. But the bulk of what you're doing is what you're supposed to do. And it's still not enough. It's because he's insatiable, which means can't be satisfied. For the woman, for the man who has that kind of a woman, player, you're not the problem. You go to work, you might have to come home and finish working. You doing your household duties and responsibilities that we're typically told as a man that we're supposed to do. Yeah, hey baby, are you okay? What can I do for you? What do you need? You know, you sit down and listen, you talk. But for her, there's something on the inside of her that's unfixed and unfinished. And as a result of that, she's got to seek attention or whatever it is that she needs emotionally outside of you. And that's difficult because it's hard to figure out what that is, because it doesn't show itself or present itself like it does with us. We just, as they call it, for lack of a better term, cockhounds. For women, it's different because they don't go into it. Most of them don't anyway. Now, it does happen, don't get it twisted. But most of them, they don't go into it sex first. It's the piece that I'm missing internally. How do I get this fixed or fulfilled? So it doesn't look like, it's not, on the front end, it's not tangible. So you can't really see it. You can't really detect it or figure it out, because how she does it, it's not obvious. So it kind of, it evolves in slow motion. But you have to be paying attention to even see it. So it's a little bit different from that angle. It's a little bit more difficult to see, but it's the same principle. It's not what's wrong with you, it's what's right with you. And it's when that person has that kind of an appetite where nothing you do is good enough, they're never satisfied, they're constantly critical of what you do. You very seldom get compliments, very seldom ever get credit for what you actually do. You got to weigh your options. You got to weigh your options, because at the end of the day, you have to be with somebody that you can grow with, that you can mature with, that you can develop with, You can start with nothing and still wind up building an empire. If you have the person that you can work together with, not against. If you have that person, they got your back, they're your ride or die. They're going to be there. They're going to support you. They're going to be there for you. You help each other. I now call it together, TWO together, because you got to have that person. And if you got somebody that's constantly draining you to the point where you just, I don't even want to go home. I don't even want to talk. I don't even want to hear it. Because you know where it's going and you know what it's going to turn into. You got to weigh your options. Because if you don't have, if there's no contentment, no peace, no serenity, none of that. It's just constant, just over and over and over and over again. You know, just to grind and hustle and bustle and, you know, arguing and conflict, just constantly. Oh, no. Life is entirely too short for that. And it is much better for you to be by yourself and create the environment that you want for yourself versus have somebody in that and can't do any of what you desire. And you can't be who you're supposed to be and even want to be. Because it's just constant conflict. Not good, Hancock. Not good. So if you're with somebody that's insatiable, it just can't be satisfied. You know, you as the man, you let her go shopping, you let her go buy what she wants, hang out with her friends, take girl trips. You're the woman in a relationship. You cook for him, you clean for him. He doesn't have to do nothing but come home, sit down, you know, be the Lion King. And that's still not good enough. Consider your options. I never tell anybody, you know, you should get a divorce or get out of it or whatever. But look at the benefits. Weigh your benefits. Look at what you have, and you have to make a determination. How is this helping me? How am I becoming better? And you've got to. It's difficult, and I know it's very difficult. If need be, get you a counselor. It's one of the best things I ever did. Get you a counselor. Don't talk to somebody that's got the same problems that you have. You know, it's okay to vent and get it out of your system, yes, but talk to somebody that can actually help you. It's one of the best decisions I ever made in my entire life is getting me a counselor. So anyway, thank you for listening. And trust me, we're gonna finish this. We're gonna finish it. It's a tree with a lot of branches. And I've had to, you know, tell some of you all. You know, you ask me, well, what about this? What about he did it? I got the man coming. Trust me. Just be patient with me. We're gonna get there. So again, I'm Price McKinney, Simply Put. I want to thank you for listening. Follow me on Instagram, Simply Put PM. My Facebook page, Simply Put with Price McKinney. And most importantly, go to YouTube if you have not already and subscribe. And of course, you know what it is. Price McKinney, Simply Put. And I'm not an expert. I just know what I know. And I'll see you soon.